If I die tomorrow, I hope you hear these words. I ain't here to flip no birds or sip no serve. Hope the future generations can get this urge. Stay woke, youngin', and avenge these nerds.
What up? It's Tuesday. Technical Tuesdays.
What is up? What is up? What is up?
What's up? What's up?
How are we, guys?
I am good. I feel a little scatterbrained, but I'm good.
We are good. I'm good.
I know the feeling.
Yeah, it is Tuesday. I don't know, man. I guess it's really weird. Tuesday.
For me, it's the day before I fly. I had a meeting in the city today.
Oh yeah. You're heading out.
Yep.
Nice.
Yo, I am so glad I invested in this bag. Like, literally, chef's kiss.
Oh, your camera bag.
Because that literally has all my clothes for the most part, and then my little bag is actually like my little backpack, so I can use this as like my little carry-on kind of thing because it's TSA approved.
Do you need a suitcase?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I usually do.
My camera bag converts to a suitcase, like to a. I'll show you guys later.
You do 2 book bags essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I did that when I went to Buffalo. It was great.
Yeah. And then when I'm not using the book bag, I can literally take it and put it into my other bag.
Yeah, no, we did both carry-ons for Dominica. We had to make sure that the carry-ons fit on the plane because the second plane you got on was probably the smallest plane I've ever rode.
It was so small. Oh my God, that shit was small.
Dude,
probably not a trip I would ever want to go on.
It's a beautiful place.
No,
it's beautiful.
Once you get there, beautiful.
Yeah.
Like easily the most beautiful island I've ever seen in my life.
But getting there.
Yeah.
Like flying into Jurassic Park in the airport. Yo, I love the fact, and again, this is not shitting on them, but I love the fact that they were really about that at that airport with the little conveyor belt. Like it's just a door that opened up and you see the guy just throwing the stuff on the conveyor belt, the little small conveyor belt. I'm like, yo, you're really dedicated to this conveyor belt. Like, props to you, bro. Props. It's on this airport right here. But no, it was a very beautiful island. I recommend anybody go to Jungle Bays. That was a beautiful resort that we got to go stay out there.
God, don't talk to me about it because that's where Hutch is going right now.
It's out there now. Look at that. Oh, no, it was beautiful. I would definitely go. They filmed actually Pirates of the Caribbean out there, like scenes from Pirates. And we got to go to some of those scenes.
I jumped off the cliff that they jumped off of, which was cool.
Oh, very fun.
It's not even a jump. It's literally they were like walk, and I was like, okay, and just dropped because you're in like a gorge, so you're very close to the other wall.
Didn't you dive right and just like shot
and you just shoot down, and the water's mad deep, and the water is fucking freezing. I hate cold water, passionately hate cold water. And because I got to be the swim guy for all these other guys, I'm just like, come on, let's go. And we went all the way back to the waterfall, which was dope.
Yeah. Don't go chasing water. No, that was fun. That waterfall was fun too. Got the dope shot there.
I immediately thought of the other guys. We was like, sir, you sure you don't know that song? He's like, what do you mean?
All I got to say though
is they don't know this song.
Did you see other guys before?
Oh, Michael Keaton. Okay, never mind.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's one of the other guys.
Oh, that's right.
Well, he's the captain.
Yeah, he sings. He's the one who sings the song, and he has a Walmart.
I completely
apron.
like in my head. I almost put the Bad Boys captain in there, and I was like, "Why is it Michael Keaton? Nope, wrong captain."
That's the wrong captain.
So I'm going to keep announcements short and sweet because you guys know all of our announcements. It's already there in the description, so please check out the description. The only announcements I want to say, though, today are, first of all, we're going to be there on the 18th of March at Lou Cyphs concert at the Delancey in Manhattan, New York. Live full force, enjoying Lou. And those of you who don't know who Lou Cyphs is, his album is in the description. You can go ahead check it out there. He's going to be performing. It's called The Motive. And he also is the creator of the Nerds Around theme song. Finally, you can catch Nerds on Gig. That's right. We're joined the Global Indie Group network.com, the Global Indie Group. Again, this is a great website. Thanks to George Medina and a bunch of other creators put together. definitely, you guys put it all together. A great site. You can find writers, artists. You can find other podcasters there, people to commission and everything. So make sure you guys are bookmarking that if you're looking for people to support the indies and everything, and looking to support the indies. That's a great website there. Again, you can catch Nerds. Our links are on there as well. So definitely check it out. That's about it.
Hello, Umbrellas.
You got people in the
Hi,
house.
girl.
Yeah, for real.
Hey, Pong.
What's up, Vic?
You're-
And what's up, George?
What's up, George? What is
Bam.
up?
Squad?
Hi, guys.
Hello.
So weird.
Also, we will not be here next Tuesday. Go enjoy your Valentine's Day or not. But we will not be here on Tuesday. So just announcing that. I'm also off of stream for like the new foreseeable future until I get a new capture card. So
What other announcements we got? We
you
are
need
not.
a capture card?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna message you.
So just to let everyone know, we are not discussing the past episode of The Last of Us. However, I did want to make one comment to.
I haven't seen it.
That's fine. It's not a
Okay.
spoiler. It's not a spoiler. It is a comment to Pong's one gripe from last week's episode. Was that his gripe was that gas does not last that long. And I will say kudos to this show where the first thing that comes up was Joel saying, I got to fill up on gas because gas does not last that long. And I was like, I was like, holy shit, look. It was like Pong's one thing.
They read Pong's mind.
They read Pong's mind. However, we will not be discussing The Last of Us today. We are off next week. So the next time you see us, we'll probably be talking about a number of episodes of The Last of Us. However, for all of y'all that don't want to wait till Sunday, because it's Super Bowl Sunday, The Last of Us will be dropping on Friday. So they are dropping the episode early for everyone to watch on Friday. So you do not need to conflict with your family and kick them the fuck out so that you can watch your new episode of The Last of Us. Although we are in a streaming world where we can watch it whenever. But
I'll be
PSA.
flying, so either way.
Yes. Tonight, what are we talking about? We're talking about that wonderful team. Well, I'll let you.
I'm not doing no fucking spoilers for any of this.
We're doing Chainsaw Man, which has been one of the most highly anticipated, talked about animes of this season. I'll give it credit for that. And then we are talking one of my favorite shows, Vox Machina, which has dropped season 2. The first 6 episodes are out. First 9 episodes have dropped now at this
Season
point.
finale drops this Friday.
Exactly. So with that said, I am super excited because me having watched the actual play of Vox, and I know you guys haven't. This is my one where I go, I get to watch your faces and your reactions to shit now. So I'm excited because I more or less know where this season might end. And I'm very interested to see how it does end because I know how this entire story ends. And oh god,
I fucking love it because it's probably one of the best fantasy animations that's out there. And the fact
we're gonna
that
start with Chainsaw Man though. We gotta start. With Chainsaw Man.
All right, let's go. Start with it. Come on.
Yeah, I'd rather start with that one.
Get some questions out there.
I feel like there's so much more in Vox than there is. Well, not to say that there's more. So I will say, off the rip, Chainsaw Man was one of those series, whether in anime form or in manga, that everyone talked about for a hot minute. And I finally got around to watching it, and I was like, okay, I like it. It's not like I need to watch this and know what happens next, but the animation's beautiful. You got to appreciate a man with simple goals. And, you know, I will say the fighting and the monsters in there are worth checking out. I am curious to see the through line of story that we have because there is that element of the main boss lady and her ulterior motives and her powers being so secretive and all that other jazz. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. But otherwise, I'd give it a good solid 8. It's not blowing me away. I'm not, oh my gosh, but it was an enjoyable watch nonetheless.
I give the animation props because the animation studio is one of the few anime studios that did 3D anime right.
Yeah,
they did it right.
I mean, it's Mappa though. Mappa's been doing pretty solid work for a good while now.
But I mean, after some of the 3D animations that we saw, Berserk being one of them, and then there was another one that I just had to flip off because it just looked very horrible. I completely forgot the name and wiped it from memory. It was a Crunchyroll original, but it looked fluid. It looked fluid, and it looks like they really took their time to get the animation done with the characters in 3D, because there are times where it's just like it felt like a 2D animation, but it still was 3D. So it was just very fluid. Love all of the characters. I've heard a lot about the manga. I didn't get to read the manga, but I heard that there's a lot that goes in the manga, a lot of different crazy shit. But as far as it goes, I think it did what it had to do to really bring it to a new audience who did not know what Chainsaw Man was. As far as it goes, whether you loved it or hate it, it was one of my favorites that came out this season. It was fun to watch, and like you said, a man with simple goals. That's just that's an overstatement of that, because his goals were just fucking simple as fuck.
I also would say
one-dimensional.
it was very interesting how they use, because we've seen like the anime tropes of like the police enforcement fighting demons or using like whoever to fight the same whoever's, but I like the fact that they're looking at Denji.
Denji.
They're looking at Denji like, oh shit, how did you do whatever it is you did? Because you're the first of your kind, essentially.
Yeah,
which is pretty fucking dope. But to be fair, he's not, as we see in the later part of the season. He is unique apparently, but I don't know that he is as unique as he is just rare.
Right.
Yeah, like that he didn't give any sacrifice or anything for his power, because he built a relationship with Porchita or Porkita, or however the fuck you pronounce it. Yeah.
I thought this. I love the artwork. I think the artwork is the best thing in this show. There's some interesting parts to the story, but I felt very meh watching it in certain parts. It was like, I don't know if it's just the lack of character development in certain parts. It was just like, like I like the kid with the top knot. He has a story. He has something going on with him, but the main character is just very simple, and it doesn't grab me the way I'd like it to. I fell asleep a few times watching early season in, and then as it got progressed through the season, I thought, oh, okay, I see where they're going with this a little, and it got better as it grabbed along. It took me about 5 or 6 episodes for me to really get into it, but I like it.
No,
it's okay.
It's one of those things, because I like the supporting cast around the main character, because Denji was very simple. And as to point out that you're right, the main character. I think there is more to the main character, because as you get later on in the series, the guy who he was fighting that was able to get the blades out, similar to Katana. He was like, they were trying to get his heart, so there was something about his heart, which also tells me that there's more about that demon that Denji shared with. So there's more deep down in his story, and the reason why the main boss, how she takes an interest in Denji, I think she knows something. Because like, as they keep her power secret, she was the one that took what was it? She was like, I need 12 like prisoners or something like that. It was like a certain amount of prisoners, and that's how she was using her abilities and everything. I was like, that her abilities were nuts, and they knew she was a crazy piece that they had to take off the board. So it's like, even taking a bullet point blank, she was still good.
Also, the fact that they're using demons for and like making deals with them for powers, like your boy was like, I'm already dying within like the next couple of years. I don't really give a fuck. Like they were like, you're gonna have to give him something. He was like, I don't fucking care. And the way homeboy looked at him, he was like, I like you. It almost felt like it's not that he would give it to him for free, but like he was just like, I just want to be a part of that. Like when you die, like I want to watch that, so I'm here for it. And I was like, that's insane. Like that, like that's how they're just using weapons. Like that's such a weird, not weird, but like you've seen the trope before, but you've never seen it where there's this level of severity, I think, in like the give and take for it.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that, and to Val's point too, like I did feel it felt like it dragged on
Hopefully
a
this is
bit
not as
until we got to the gun devil scene.
Yeah.
Like when everyone gets executed, right?
Yeah.
But it felt like it, like to the halfway mark of the show where I'm like, okay, where are we going? What's going on? What's the plan? I'm like, okay, we're watching these episodes, and I'm like, okay, whatever, it's cool. You see Chainsaw, and then it finally like it does that thing where like it ramps up in the second half of the season. So it was cool. It was fun. I started reading the manga a while ago. I didn't really get that far into it just because I kind of fell off. So I'm hoping to get back into it so I can see what is going on. I will say I am very much interested to see what Homegirl's deal is, see what demon devil she is aligned to. I personally feel that she is a devil because of her eyes.
I think she's a fiend.
Or a fiend. Yeah, I think there's something going on. She's definitely not just a human.
I also think there's something up with the girl who had like a psychotic break towards the middle
with the pins. Yeah, she's actually after she went after her partner got killed by the old lady, and she went after, and she like ran through this thing. Like she has what it takes if she wasn't such chicken shit. But I want to know more, and I don't think they dive in.
Either she's that dope and powerful and strong, and she's just been too scared to like unlock her ability, like Zenitsu essentially. Right. Either she's like a Zenitsu where she needed to snap in order to like get there, or like there was just a block of some kind.
Yeah, because we don't know what her devil is, because she even said it at the dinner table.
Not allowed to say.
I'm not allowed to say. So there's like different devils that are super powerful, because I'm sure her power comes from some speed thing or some time thing or some bullshit like that.
Wow.
No, I was gonna say I my issue is the lack of character development on the entire cast, and I think we got a lot of Denji, and he's very simple, so there's not a lot to go on, and I mean like his motivations are silly, extremely, but he's into the simple things, and when you have nothing, it means a lot to him. So I get it. I get that. However, now you introduce us to the fiend. You introduce us to the boss lady, Makima, whatever her name is. You introduce us to all these different characters and give us nothing on them. I don't feel for them, and then you kill them, some of them off. And from that dinner scene, it's like the very next episode, you kill them all off, and I'm like, I don't care about this because you didn't give me anything on them, and I want to like it. I don't hate it. I'm still on the fence with it, and that's only because it got better towards the later end of the season.
I think that was one of the major complaints from manga readers, was that again, it didn't feel like it transitioned well from the manga, because there was more in the manga. It just probably was one of those things where they picked and chose and depended on the manga to really.
You didn't read the manga either?
No, but I was reading how some fans who read the manga were just like there were just things that were missing, but
I thought like this was one of the ones that you picked up.
No, this wasn't one of the ones I picked up. It's one of the ones I want to pick up because I'm like, okay, I want to see what's different from how they went transition to the show. Because the show, I enjoyed it, and I get where some people would feel like it did fall flat, because it's like there's still more that you want from the characters. It's like you get introduced to these other characters later who I'm like, okay, unless you're gonna have a season 2, but like Himino was probably the girl with the eye patch. She was probably one of the characters in the series that you felt the most for, because they really
and you killed her right after I start to like the chick. I'm like,
but the whole show, like they kept talking about how so many of these people die. Like you do this job, you do public safety, you're gonna die. Like you're in it for as long as you can. Don't build these attachments. And they gave that to us.
Get anyone? I understand that. Then how do you get anyone to really stick around? Right? Then why do they even have a staff at all? Then what you need
because
to use
someone needs to do the job,
and the pay is good.
Right.
I think with some people that like the girl who snapped, I don't think she had a choice.
She didn't
She's
because
like
she
the
was
youngest of like 6 kids. And they don't pay for her schooling, and she has to support her family.
yeah, or
That's
she was going to
something
be a
she's
sex
fucked.
worker. So like, I mean, the wasn't the very slim pickings though. So
Yeah.
I mean, I
Sex.
think we
Like,
care
how
about.
is that the 2 options? Like, bro, move out. Go to America, please. Like, go get a job in fast food. What the fuck is that?
Oh, they don't got fast food. Otherwise, you'd have the hamburger devil, the Burger King devil, the Popeyes devil. Like there'd be devils for every fact. There's a devil for everything.
Yo, everything could be a devil, and I was like, what?
You know, the future devil, the toilet devil.
Oh, the
shit
future devil was the shit. Yo, I love the future devil.
The devil, well, not the devil, because I don't think he was a devil. The
Which
kid
one?
who was an angel.
That was a
He was the angel devil.
It was a devil. It was a devil.
Angel.
Yeah,
They're all devils.
that one was
Yeah.
very interesting.
Yeah.
Because I was
But
like,
Angel, you can't touch it. You cut your
You can't-
lifespan by half if there's physical touch.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is all fucking wild.
But here's how that's so useless on zombies. They're already dead.
Wait, say that again.
It's like
What's
It's-
funny is that I had to realize because I forgot because they made a point of how sorry.
I can't stand.
Oh my god!
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, literally, that's what it was.
You only have two choices,
So
right?
what's funny is that like I'm watching that scene with the zombies and I'm like, why the fuck are all these devils and fiends here? Because I forgot they were talking about like how they were trying to incorporate fiends and devils into the thing, but I only thought they did that with Power and with Denji and not these 4 randoms.
Yeah.
Because then the 4 randoms show
I didn't
up
get
and
enough. Didn't get enough of those.
I'm like-
This
like
is the team. Like,
like
let me get more.
Homeboy's like, let me tell you about all these devils if something happens. And I'm like, why are you talking about Denji and Power like that? They've been trying to get you. And then he's like, well, there's the shark devil who does this. There's the zombie devil. There's the mask.
No, they're
devil. Don't-
fiends.
Don't,
Those
take
are
his fucking
fiends.
mask off. Then there's I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
like what is like I don't know anything about them. I don't give a shit.
I think that series. I
Right.
think what
It
would
was.
have. Go ahead, Val.
I don't. That's my biggest thing. It doesn't build up that character development the way it should. The story doesn't flow as seamless as it should, and you're giving us bits and pieces that doesn't generally make sense, even though it does. Kind of, if it makes. Yeah, I just there was a disconnect for me early in.
I
Like
think
we have to wait till episode 8 to
I love the
realize
art,
they keep devils locked up in a prison, and that
Well, I mean,
works.
I think what they,
That works.
I think what they should have done is that they should have there should have been more episodes this first season because I don't think they really
We had 12. I mean, 12 isn't bad for a
12
first
is
season.
enough to give me something great.
Hmm.
They stuck me enough to keep watching, but if I get the similar thing in season 2, I won't continue.
Like that hotel episode did not need to be 2 episodes.
Nah.
It
Which
did
one?
not. The hotel where they got stuck in the hotel.
Oh,
and then-
that not at all.
It
Not
did
at all.
need to be. They did not need
It
to be.
didn't.
two
Because
episodes.
you
Also,
got
it
me
was a bait and-
attached to. Yeah, it was.
And it was a bait and switch where it was like, oh, we're gonna see the gun devil. It was like, no, you're just gonna see this stomach thing.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, all right.
The
whatever.
best part about that was like them turning on Denji just to be like, "Yo, bro, like, nah, fuck this," and then immediately he's like, "All right, fine, I'll go kill it." Like, but fuck y'all, like whatever.
Yeah.
Now I know a lot of people were talking about one of the infamous scenes that were in the manga that made it to the animation was the infamous kiss scene.
Oh, the puke scene.
The vomit, you mean?
man. Yeah.
Yeah, the chats on Crunchyroll went wild for that scene where a lot of people's like, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
I
And a lot of
mean,
people's like, you know what
yeah.
manga readers went through when we had to see that scene in the comic.
I mean, it can't be that bad.
I don't know, man.
The
It's
fact that he swallowed it was stupid. I don't understand the concept there. Then someone throws up in your mouth, your immediate reaction would be to throw up as well.
right, but
He did throw up.
Remember
He did.
where
After he
he
swallowed
after.
first.
So remember where we saw him in episode 1? They used to just pay him to eat like random shit
Yeah.
The cigarette.
for fun.
Yeah.
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 Even though he
But you don't
faked that.
swallow the fucking vomit, bro,
He doesn't know
at
better.
a fucking Korean barbecue spot.
He
What?
doesn't know, he doesn't know better. He don't know better.
you don't know better. It's Denji.
He's
It's
like,
fucking Denji.
I don't know. It was just like this, like
For
we're
them to
watching it, I'm like,
kill off homegirl with the eye patch just to introduce the guy with the scar who should have been in from the beginning, was a waste. For them to give me this whole team with Top Knot Kid and then kill them all off was a waste. I just
She was used as a device to help. She was used. Yeah, I guess I better head out. She was used as a device.
No. We still got Vox Machina to talk
Yeah.
about. Hang around.
She was used as a device to progress Aki's story because she was more tied with Aki. That's what she was mostly used
I
for.
like Aki's probably the only one who got character development.
Yeah, that is true.
and I love Aki. I mean, I think that's an important part of the start. Yeah.
We started getting attached to.
I got a little touch of Power.
We got
Power's just a fun character.
Because she's a cat
She's
girl.
just a fun-
Power's useless. Power's useless.
She's the comic relief right now. She's just the fun
she's
character.
the one, like she's the character who's like, I'm so strong, I'm so big and bad, I'm gonna talk shit, and then gets beat up, and then it's like, I'm still strong and big and bad.
But like also my thing with Power though was like they did this whole training montage and like you see the work that Denji did to fight Katana. I don't see nothing from Power because she's fighting zombies, and I'm like, homegirl, you can turn your blood into weapons.
I want it. Yeah, I want it more.
She should be so much greater.
Now, granted, I guess they don't do it this way because maybe you're used to shonens and you're used to like if there's a training montage, I'm gonna get this super power up at the end to cap off the season. And,
it doesn't have to be that, but give me something.
And maybe they're not trying to do that, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But it felt like the guy they're training with is like this super badass who shanked them and did all this shit. I want to see some payoff.
Yeah.
I will say that the Knife Devil at the end, when Deji and Anki got to him, his balls are not the same again.
I mean, it was great to see Aki kind of.
They bonded off of kicking this guy's junk in, and it was just like just the whole montage of that.
Yeah. Aki is probably my favorite character right now in the show, and more so because of how fucked up he really is and doesn't show it.
Yeah.
He felt like more of the main character than Denji. And it's like,
yeah, he did.
Denji to me feels like Saitama in One Punch Man. He's just there. Now he's not as OP, and Saitama is he's a joke of a character. Like that's the reason why he's there. But he's literally like
the anime focuses on almost everybody else.
Anime focuses on everybody else because you cannot focus on him because he's so OP. Right. And so you enjoy him and his nonsense. And it's fine, it's acceptable, and I feel like Denji's kind of the same way. He's just not OP, and he only shows up when he turns into Chainsaw Man, and you're really kind of watching everybody else.
Something sexual to look forward to. His first kiss, his first boob touch. His first boob touch, but he touching toilet paper. And his first kiss, he got vomited, and then he could have gotten some. He just said no, and then homegirl died. So like I don't know what's happening with him. He wants Makima, whatever her name is. Well, that's not bad luck, bro. She's totally using him.
She is using him.
Yes, and he's a dumbass child.
He's 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have to be a dumbass. You can just be a child. He is a dumbass child.
He's a dumbass because look at how he was raised. Like he essentially.
I get it. I get it. I'm not.
So honestly,
hold on.
He has no frame of reference for anything. You
grew up on the streets. Homeboy, for real, and people have more street common sense.
Okay, hold on. You are talking from the sense of the streets of the Bronx.
No, I'm talking from the sense of you being a demon slayer and you being out there to make money. You see, homeboy.
No.
Homeboy sold his left nut, bro. Like, come on.
Mind you, fascinating enough, how his left nut was cheaper than a kidney.
Or his eye. Right.
I thought that was quite fascinating.
That was funny. That was so
I sold my left testicle for like 1,000 yen. That's not a lot, bro.
It was 100,000 yen.
All right, wasn't his kidney like his kidney was like
350?
Yeah.
And his eye was like his lowest was 100,000 yen for his left ball. But I believe he got it back when he bonded with Pochita because his eye came back as well.
Yeah, he got all his parts back, but like jeez. I remember reading that in the manga. I'm like, what the fuck am I reading? I sold all my body parts.
like you raised on the streets, you learn a certain type of living, you learn a certain type of common sense. You know what the fuck? Like,
So
stop being stupid, bro.
I will say that he learned enough to play the game with the dude that he owed money to. Like he had enough sense. Like when the cigarette happened, he was like, "Listen, he's gonna make me eat the cigarette." This and third, and he faked it. So he has his moments. Oh my god!
yes. All the body parts he sold, he got back when
he got it back
when he soul merged with his devil.
When his devil decided to give him his heart, and now he's Chainsaw Man.
You could also think about this because like Denji was in a small town versus growing up in a city.
Right.
He was.
Are you guys seriously? I don't understand.
I just think when you talk about like you're supposed to get these street smarts, you're supposed to have some of these experiences, and it felt like he just kind of went with it. He was put into the situation because his pops died, and for some reason the Yakuza are like,
even Orphan Annie. Time out. Even Orphan Annie figured shit out, bro.
Orphan Annie got lucky because of Daddy Warbucks. Okay, that's what happened.
Before that, the bitch is in the orphanage. She figured shit out. She's smarter than him. Like, come on.
Blame the writing, not the character.
All right. He just was living in the slums, eating his one slice of bread.
Right, you know what?
Living in a shack in a small town,
eating one slice of bread.
Free
and
rent.
sharing
That's
it.
free rent, bro. That's what that means to me. Okay.
Tell me you live in America without telling me you live in America. I'll take a shack rent free than to pay for my shit.
Oh my god!
Get yourself a houseboat, my man.
Exactly.
You don't pay property tax.
Exactly, bro. He's stupid. It's just stupid. Okay, I digress. However, I will say, as the season progressed, the first like 5 or 6 episodes, I fell asleep several times, and I would have to go back and watch and be
after
mad.
everyone died. I was like,
oh,
okay, I'm back in it. After everyone died.
Right. I think that's when it really turned on for me, and it was like, okay, let me see where this goes.
Yeah, it was.
And I'm like, oh. Then there was like a slow mo thing, and I'm like, oh, all right, okay, come on, let's bring it back up again.
You know what it is? I just think like I think you're really trying to. I was trying to understand the stakes of it all because like you don't like they kept talking about the gun devil, and then you see his one bit of power that one time when he loses his family, and then it's just like, oh, he's just giving guns to everybody for 20,000 yen. I'm like, I get it because in Japan guns are really hard to get, and like I get that essence of it, but I'm like, I'm not seeing the threat here with him and what he's doing. Like, I kind of like when even if it's the big bad, you get like the one scene of the big bad talking to someone, and I kind of get an idea of who it is or what's going on, or like what's the big deal for the flesh thing, and like, oh, it's because it goes back to the body, and I'm like all this stuff here because it seems like the gun devil is the big bad, or at least like your first arc big bad. And then I'm sure the institution's gonna be the big bad. Like this is all the shit that's gonna happen. And it just felt like I didn't get this. I didn't get the stakes for him versus like when the other hunter came up before she got killed. The way she was like murking everybody with the snake devil, I was like, oh, okay, like she's really onto this. And even Katana, when he was like kind of whatever because she was like the big to do. Yeah. And then she got taken out, and I feel like we didn't get enough of her. And then you knew there was something going on with Makima.
Something
and like
off with this story.
I was just like, what? I'm like, where? I didn't get.
I'm
like,
on the
you
same
watch
page
like I watched Demon Slayer, and I get why Michael Jackson's scary. I get it. I fucking get it. I get it.
I am with Tone. I was Michael Jackson. Yes,
I get it. I watched 6 episodes of Mugen Train, and
it's like, over.
I'm here for this man who sacrificed himself.
Yep.
Right. I watched 12 episodes or whatever of Party District. Homeboy, I get it. Why he has these 2 girls fawning over him. I get it.
Three girls.
Whatever.
Three wives.
3 girls. Right. I don't care why they want his heart because no one wants to tell me why. It's like, we need his heart. Why do they need his heart? They need his heart.
No, they want Chainsaw's heart.
Yeah, no,
the Chainsaw Devil, because the Chainsaw gave him his heart, right? It's
but
the
why
Chainsaw
is that
Devil
so
they
important?
want.
Why is
another
dog So special.
Why is that dog so special? Why does a devil want that heart? Like, why is that so important to them? Right? Like, I'm just like,
Maybe
I wanted something. I wanted a little bit more.
maybe it's
You know?
story for why Denji wants to do what he does. I don't know.
Denji has hormones. He's 16. It makes sense. Literally makes sense why he's driven by the female body. It makes completely sense. He's living in a shack. He's got hairy arms. He's got hairy palms. He's got pochita. I get it, man. That's the most plausible thing for him. I'm like he's just riffing off of anime, and I don't know. It's just like it just didn't click for me. And we had like 12 episodes, and it was fun, and it was action packed, and it was bloody, and it was gory. It was exactly kind of what you wanted from something called Chainsaw Man. I got the goriness of it, and maybe Antonio in high school would have been like, I don't give a shit about anything else. I want to see all this shit get cut up. But now I'm like, okay, I'm watching this. I'm like, yes, I like gore, but what else?
Yeah.
Right.
What else
my
is
great.
there?
See, I don't mind the gore, but it's not a highlight for me. I need a story and character. Like, that's one of the things that I love most about Naruto. Naruto's story to me is one of the best in anime. I know people will say One Piece, but I don't give a fuck.
Full Metal.
If you
Full
need
Metal.
if you need 1,000
Full
chapters
Metal.
and going to
You
tell
are
your
not
story,
comparing Full Metal to Naruto. I'm sorry. Get out
Full
of here.
Metal.
Wow.
well, Brotherhood is
Full
good.
Metal.
Though.
Show ass
Brotherhood
though. It is
Brotherhood
good,
is-
but it is
Brotherhood's good.
not. It is not Shippuden. You're bugging.
Shippuden is
No
good
filler.
after you get past all the
No filler.
after the
I'm
filler.
a fan of the
filler.
fillers.
I
I
know,
will
I
watch
know.
the fillers. I will watch it all. I'm a fan of the show, and I think the fillers add to certain parts. Not all,
Yeah,
but
like okay,
it
look,
gives
so like
some of the break.
you get the violence in Chainsaw Man. So like you read Berserk, right? Because that's all we can really use. You read Berserk. Berserk is dark as fuck. It's super violent. There's a lot of sexual assault violence. Like it is what it is. And like but the story is so good and captivating, and you kind of want to know what's going to happen with Guts.
Right.
That a lot of it, the world he's created, the kind of it makes sense for the world he's creating, and it's like it's fucked up that Casca gets screwed over all the time, and her whole story is being a rape victim. And I would say that's my biggest gripe with Casca's development. But anyway, the story in itself, like it's the world. It makes sense. I get it. I understand what he's trying to tell. I understand where all the characters are going. I enjoy the story, and the violence is kind of part of it. Where here, I'm like, at least in the anime, I'm not gonna say anything about the manga because I'm sure the manga is written really well. That's why it's so popular. I'm like, you came in here for the violence, and you got us with the violence when he fought the bat demon, when he cut his arm off. I was like, oh, cool, and his guts are everywhere. But I'm like, okay, well then, but like, come on, let's get to it. And then you get us with Makima, who like just smashes people. I'm like, cool. She's like the head buster and fucking the boys. I'm like, I'm here for this. And her power's really, really fucked up and everything. She's like, let me get all the life. Give me 20 life sentence prisoners. And
that
like,
was
okay.
a fucking awesome move.
What?
I was like, okay, I knew something was off about this girl, but god damn.
Like these guys are like, oh, we're gonna be free, and they're like, say this name. I'm like, you don't hear these bodies falling? Like no one
You know when she was scary? No. You know when she was scary was when she took the bullet on the train, and then these guys are talking on the train, and the next minute you see her standing behind one of the
That
dudes
was
with
a
blood on her face.
good
and just the
scene,
cold.
though.
Oh man,
I want to see.
what she did?
So
I not only
the
wanna see
scene
what
where
she
she
did, but
kills the guys
she
from,
knows.
he's like, get these guys from who has life sentences, right? And then going to the Yakuza guys, like she's a force to be reckoned with, and I don't understand how or what. I want to know more, and they don't give us enough.
Yeah.
And it's not even like not enough to watch the second season. I'm like, no, I want more. Like we deserve more of her, even like so we get it.
Right. And it's just not there yet for me.
Yeah.
Maybe if they had done like a scene at the very end, the last episode to feature something.
That's what
about
I
her.
thought was gonna happen. I watched this like, okay, we're gonna get a last scene. It's just fucking this guy smoking outside, and then we get whatever the other scene was. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Someone was just walking.
I was like hoping we would get like one Makima scene, like just giving us something. Just giving us one thing.
They could have given us the guy with the scar from the jump, building this team of fiends along with humans. You have Aki, you have Hashima, you have all this, the entire group. You lose half from the when they come after them because they're trying to get his heart. We didn't need the hotel scene at all. We didn't need for them to be separate and now trying to conjoin. We didn't need for. I just.
I would say we could still keep the hotel like sequence, but it didn't have to be 2 episodes. That much I agree with.
Yeah, it didn't.
What developed out of the hotel sequence? Other than find a gun piece metal shard.
I think it was
Denji's selflessness. Denji's selflessness to because like when they were all saying
did he
like,
not do that with the cat situation?
It
and
wasn't.
then
he did it for power.
It wasn't. It was.
He did it for power.
It was
the other side of the coin where they were so willing to give him up. I think that was needing to be shown. Like, yo, that's my boy. Like, you know, we're out here in the field, and then as soon as like life or death comes, they're like, nah, fuck it. Like, T's yours. Like, that's what they needed to show.
But half of those characters are gone. Doesn't make a difference.
Now. Yeah.
But it didn't make a difference then either.
But it shows Denji that he's
3 episodes later, they're gone. Like,
but also too, it also too, it's like anybody who questions him. No, but that's where you look. It's Aki and the crazy girl, the one that flips the switch. Those are the only 2 that are left. Because she was ready to give away, like, kill Denji, to give him to the demon, and also to whatever questions that Aki had about Denji. This completely erased all those questions about Denji.
He already had that gone before then when he saw him fight those first 2 demons, and he brought out Kong to help him out. Mm-hmm. He already had his faith in Denji from then.
Yeah, he wasn't up for the antics.
I think the hotel scene itself was an entire waste of time.
I was mad when they started taking out this dude's demons. Like that fucking power right there, that was dope. Homegirl's fucking multi-arm bullshit.
Ghost.
Bro. Yeah, that shit was wild.
I liked Ghost. But homegirl blonde chick was more fierce, and Ghost knew it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the one with the snake?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like I like what they did with the snake. It was like, we're not fucking with her, she's crazy. The snake comes out and she's like gone, and the thing's just like
yeah.
Yeah.
And then she gets Ghost's power, which I was like, damn.
That shit was wild.
When she came out with Ghost, I was like, this bitch. Fuck you. I was so mad. I was like, you're gonna kill Aki too. Yeah, I was so mad. But I liked
fingernails.
Yeah, I liked where she gave him the cigarette, and it was like, I like the way they ended up doing that, and he took Ghost out. He was like, nah, fuck that bitch.
So what are our final thoughts on Chainsaw Man?
I was just gonna ask,
yeah, let's get
meh. It's meh for me. I don't hate it, but I'm not in love with it yet, and if they can't fix it by season 2, I won't stick with it.
I'm just gonna say I was going through some of the character list there, and I kind of spoiled something for me. So I'm like, yes, give us more of what we want, and I'm hoping they do that in season 2. Well, yeah, I that's me. But yeah, if they do bring us some good stuff for season 2, this instead of be the stuff that's like, oh shit. Thank you. But yeah, that's my final thoughts. Like, hopefully, you get still progress.
I think we just get more, more story and stick, take out more from the manga just to kind of give. I mean, again, I haven't read it. I haven't gotten up to that. I can't really compare it. Like I can for Attack on Titan.
Let me ask you a question.
But.
So have you had animes that made you want to read the manga?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is this one of those animes?
Well, okay. So funny question. I started reading it because I knew it was coming out, and like I kind of read all this stuff, and it said Chainsaw Man. I knew it was gory, and I was like, I'm down to read a gory manga. So I was like, okay, cool. And I've said this before a number of times, just because I don't travel to work, that need to read manga isn't there. Like I'll read it at night sometimes, but now I'm just trying to catch up on My Hero.
Right.
And I'm reading Ragnarok because that's kind of my monthly
this season of Hero.
Yeah. Woo! I need to catch up. I'm 2 seasons behind. So that like I may read it. I may read it after I catch up with My Hero, and I want to finish.
So you would go back to it after seeing it?
I would go back to it, but it's not on the top of my list.
Okay.
So like,
okay.
I want to catch up to My Hero. I want to finish Demon Slayer because I want to know what's going to happen in Demon Slayer, so that I can be hyped to watch it.
For me, it was
yeah.
Record Ragnarok. Like Zeus was like, "Yo, I can't wait. Like, watch this anime because I know you're not gonna read the manga. Like, wait for the anime. The anime is gonna be great. That's not there. The anime was trash, and I knew like he was like, bro. That I was like, all right." I need to know. I need to read it. I was like, I need to read it. And that was the first manga I ever picked up and read.
Like those YouTube snips are better than the freaking manga anime.
Yeah.
It's so wait, did you finish season 2 of Record?
I didn't bother going back yet.
Yeah, you.
Oh no, I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, okay, because I don't.
I've heard that the animation stepped up a little bit, nothing too crazy, and then a lot of people are like, "Oh my gosh, these fights! I know what fights they're probably showing." For confirmation, it's the Hercules.
It's Hercules Ripper. We're getting Shiva and the wrestler.
And then
are we getting Buddha?
I think so because they're showing they're showing his face. So maybe maybe.
What are the fights? Now I need to know.
I don't know.
So without spoiling it, Buddha, you're already caught up in the manga. You guys aren't caught up.
No, I'm just saying Buddha. Like, okay. y'all don't know which
is nalgas.
Okay, yeah. So it's Jack the Ripper and Hercules is the first one we get. Raiden and Shiva.
Yeah.
Buddha.
That Raiden fight. Your man's had sumo wrestling.
Okay.
Fight.
We're not, as much as I would hope we would get it. It's probably going to be Buddha we end with. There's no way in hell we are going to get the Hades Quincy Huang fight this season. Nah. We're definitely not getting that. And that's also a good one.
That fight, bro. Oh my God.
But they don't do it well in the anime.
That flashback to...
For which one?
For the...
Quincy Huang?
Yeah. So good. So
good. For the people.
Yeah, man.
It's good. And then right now we're at Nikola Tesla and Beelzebub. That's where we're at right now.
Yeah. Your man's came out with like a full mech. He was like Iron Man who? Like
Tesla has a fucking Iron Man suit.
Yo, I was like, what?
Okay. All right.
No.
All right. Okay.
Let's jump into Vox.
Let's talk.
Wait, everybody didn't finish saying their last of Chainsaw.
Did we? I thought we did.
No, I went. Tone went. Did you go, Law?
I went. I already said I'll watch it. Well, I probably said it earlier. I'll watch it, but it's not something that I'm top of my list. It's definitely on the list, but if something else comes, I'm gonna jump to that first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Seabass?
I mean, I will watch the season 2 when it comes out just to see where they go. But back to the other question that you asked, if this is an anime that made me want to read the manga, it did, because reading what people have commented and said about the anime, I know
that's not my question.
No, I
didn't read anything that anyone has said. Just from the anime, would you have bothered to read the manga?
Wait, if I didn't read what anybody, yeah, I still would want to read it, because I did that with I did that with Legend of Shield Hero, because I know that there was stuff that was missing and I wanted to read, so I ended up reading the manga for that one, because there was just we didn't know when we were getting another season. So this is the same thing. I want to see what they left out and where they went, because I feel like there was more character development in the manga that people again, if I didn't read the comments, I was like, I want to read the manga and see what was down with the manga. What did they leave out?
I get it.
I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
With Legend of Shield Hero, awesome.
I don't even know what that is, but okay.
First season really good, and then I had some
second season. They said they dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball, and I was
they dropped the ball with the second season. They said they dropped the ball.
I don't know if I can. I'm probably gonna watch it just because I need to know what happens. But if I'm gonna be more disappointed, I'm just gonna be really mad through the whole thing.
Disappointment does not fuel my excitement.
but disappointment is not the name of the game for Vox Machina.
That is not the name of the game from Vox Machina. Oh my god.
Oh my god. It
Let's
is-
get into the better part of the show.
I don't know if there's major I could do major spoilers, but
You can, but I don't. Okay,
So
I'm up to date. Are we all at 9 episodes?
No,
I'm at 4.
They are at 4. These two
I'm
are
at
at 4.
Okay.
I'm at 9. You're at 9. So
Yes,
I'll go
okay.
to 4. I literally have the list up so I don't like skip
I have.
ahead.
Yeah, let me do that too,
Hold on.
because I'm totally gonna skip.
I'll probably continue watching tonight so I can catch up.
So
Send me the link that you're looking at.
Scanlin,
got
Scanlin.
We
I love Scan-
just to give you
First-
just to give you the heads
Okay.
up where we got to. Vax pretty much got the Raven armor,
Mm.
beat the Cyclops thing, and they
Mm.
got that, and they left that. They've
Okay.
done with that temple. That's where we're at.
Yep.
Okay, so
That's
you
where we're
haven't seen him get any other.
Any of the
That's
other
it.
items?
That's it. No more vestiges. They don't know nothing.
They know
Yeah.
nothing. Oh
Nothing.
my god, guys!
This
You guys
whole-
had one assignment.
This whole
Okay, I'm
So-
joking.
Listen, we got you into the show.
So off the rip.
No, you did not.
she was
Actually,
watching that on her own.
I was
Yeah.
watching it on my own, and then you guys happened to mention. I was like, "Oh, I'm watching this," and it was like, "Yeah, I like it."
You can't say
Oh.
nothing to me because I'm fucking watching Teen Wolf right now, and I'm like, what
Thank
the fuck
you.
am I watching?
I'm so happy for you.
Where are you in that?
I'm on season 2. You just find out, but that idiot is the fucking lizard thing. I'm like,
All right.
Chimera.
I finally, I gotta start watching.
don't
too.
care.
So let's
like
off
it's
the
not
rip.
supernatural. I'm like, I'm not. Yeah, motherfucker.
Chimera is a sign. Is
Supernatural.
supernatural.
No.
Let's get to
No, you
All right,
motherfuckers
all right,
need
go
to
ahead.
watch Supernatural because
who do I
I'm watching
blame if
this
they
teen
forget
drama
about that?
shit.
All of
Supernatural
us
is like
collectively.
16 years.
All of us collectively recommend Vox.
Vox.
It's good. It's
Vox
really good.
is just
So-
so good.
Season
Okay, go ahead.
1 was basically the Briarwood arc. It is one of the better arcs. It's where you would start the actual play if you didn't want to listen to all the technical issues and player that they.
Hold up, just to let Hugo know. We actually just jumped into talking Vox. We just finished talking Chainsaw Man. So
Okay,
Okay,
you're not missing
So-
it. You didn't miss anything yet, Hugo.
yeah. So I would say we're going up to episode 4. We're gonna try not to spoil, but if you're not caught up on season 2, episode 4, then you're gonna want to like cover your ears, come back to this later.
not
But-
big spoilers though.
Not major spoilers, but so like first season, we had the Briarwood arc, we get that. This season though is one of the major arcs that plays through for like most of campaign 1, and that is the Chroma Conclave. Now the
Go.
Chroma Conclave being just a collection of dragons that normally would never like
Be
make
together.
alliances. Yeah, they would never make alliances with each other, and they have to be a force of reckoning on Taldore with, oh my god,
Lance Riddick.
oh my god, Thordak as oh come on.
Wait,
Thank you.
who's
Just
Lance
thank you.
Riddick?
He's the main dragon. He's the Dragon King.
Yeah, Lance Riddick from
You know Lance Riddick.
everything. Everything.
Okay, that's
Toys R Me.
Thordak,
he's
the fire one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah. The one who like
Yeah.
went Godzilla Super Saiyan plus Ultra on the fucking.
Bro, we got a fire dragon, we got an acid dragon, we got an ice dragon,
Dragon.
and what's the last one? Hold
So-
on, it was
It was acid, ice, fire. They killed the lightning dragon in the last one.
no,
Uh,
fuck, what was the girl? Why is it not
It's a
hitting
green
me?
dragon. Green dragons are tone.
Oh no, I don't remember. I don't remember what green dragons are.
Green dragons, if I'm not mistaken, are poison.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Oh yes,
She's
it was the poison gas.
Poison gas. I was
Yes.
putting
Oh.
acid and poison together.
Right.
when it
All I
was-
gotta say,
Yes.
if you've ever played a game of D&D, fuck dragons. Fuck
You
dragons.
didn't even get to be in that. In
If
the
I
dragon
play
fight we
D&D,
had.
I am a dragon. How about that?
You can be if you play in
Can
one of our
I? Yeah,
games.
that
Oh
Yeah.
shit! Look at that. Hugo got all the way. Good shit.
Look at you. Look at you.
Nice. I watched.
Nice.
I started watching the first season a few months back, right? And one of the guys is like, "Hey, Vox Machina is coming out with a season 2," and I was like, "Oh, I'm watching season 1 right now," and I had no idea it was Dungeons and Dragons related. And so now this past weekend, I watched the entire first season because I had to rewatch what I first watched. Went through the first season and then watched all 9 of the second season. And I don't know how you guys have only watched 4, but I digress.
Off the rip, we get the
I'm watching Teen Wolf. Leave me alone.
You're right. I'll Seabass. No, I'm just joking.
I would say off the rip, we get the fall of Iman, and we get the death of Sovereign Uriel in front of his family.
Yes.
So rest in peace, Carrie Payton.
sad.
Did his family die? Because it felt like his family
No.
also died.
No.
If you
His
don't
family
see a
did not
body,
die.
he didn't die.
I don't
But
mean nothing when it comes to red shirts.
So
What is?
you
what do
see
mean
you
red
see
shirt?
that
Star Trek
Star
reference.
Trek
If you wear a red
Red
shirt, means you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Got it.
So you see that happening. We also get the Matron of Ravens starting to communicate with Vex, which is how
he sees her in the first episode when the dragons come, which is
Mhm.
weird. And when he sees it when they actually go on this quest, and I'm like,
it's not weird.
It's destiny.
Yeah. Essentially,
if you play the Dungeon,
I promise you.
if you play the Dungeons and Dragons game, I could say I relate to that as
It's
Kyra.
one of those.
I
It's
felt
one of
that
those
scene.
things that in the animated series, you have to sprinkle that in because you're not having the context from the show that lets you lead up to that point. You know what I mean? So you
Okay.
have him kind of like it's mentioned. She comes up in conversation. You know, he starts to see stuff, but when he gets the Deathwalker's ward, he ends up like, okay, major spoiler. Basically, Percy fucks up, touches the armor first. That's why you have people roll investigation checks, guys. And then Vex dies. Like Vex essentially if you look at the actual play,
dead.
Percy
There were no death saves, right? She just
so
died.
Taliesin said.
Yeah.
So Taliesin said to Matt, "I'm going to touch this, or I'm gonna look at it." And he goes, "Okay." Meanwhile, Vex, who's played by Laura Bailey, was like, "I'm going to investigate. I'm like going to look around." And then Matt said, "I need you guys all to make, I think it was Constitution saving throws, whatever the case is." Her and Trinket failed. In the show, they don't really show Trinket like
Wait, I have a question. What are
Yes.
you comparing this to?
The game.
to the
Their game.
Their actual
D&D game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the game was made into a podcast.
Yeah. So
And
it's
so
it's
the
literally what we do
animation's
with
based on
our D&D game, and then they
stooped
turned
up
it
to 11.
right.
So this is an actual D&D game that someone did.
Yes.
That the crew, the voices,
All the voice actors
are the players of Critical Role. So that's why it says Critical Role's Vox Machina. They play Critical Role, and they do that every Thursday. They did campaign 1, which is what we're doing now. And you can watch all of campaign 1. So they integrated the script. They made a script from that, and like all the action sequences and all the stuff that just happened on the fly.
Yeah.
They turned it into this. So Law, being the person who watched campaign 1, can give us all the nuances and give us the comparisons of how things happen versus what we're seeing on the screen.
I'm you guys when you guys do Game of Thrones.
Basically, the voice actors played the game before. They recorded the game. They put it up there. Now the game is now been transitioned to an animation.
And that's what Mighty 9 is going to be. That's their campaign 2.
I'm going to lose my shit. I love Vox
Mighty 9
Machina.
Another D&D thing?
Yeah, it's their second campaign. It's the new characters, new stories, new everything.
Same actors.
Same actors. It takes place in the same world, but it takes place a couple years like further. I think it's like
Law, I got a question from Hugo.
So D&D game was the book that the show was based off of?
So it's not a book.
It's not a book.
Not a book.
They have books, like they have comic books based on like the early parts of Vox Machina that you don't get to see on the podcast. But like this is when they were still their home game. and you also get like now they're doing full-fledged books with like the origin stories with Vex and Vax growing up as kids and how they got to where they are. They just released one now with a character from season 2, proverbially speaking, more or less. Like it's one of those things where they took their own world. Like this all lives in Matt's head, and he like has been growing this and playing this and testing and like having his friends play in this world. He's the DM.
Oh, he's Matthew Mercer, the actual dragon. He plays the Umbroso.
Oh yes, he does play Umbroso though. Yes, in the season.
Yeah, he plays
the voice of a lot of people in To Be Fair.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. You hear him a lot as various like NPC dragon. Characters. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool because since he was the dungeon master for that D&D game,
and so all of these people are friends with him. They play D&D, and it was like, hey, we got something here. Let's record it. And then because people liked it, they're like, okay, let's make a show on it.
Felicia Day, who I don't know if you would know Felicia Day. Tone, Felicia Day.
She was on Supernatural.
She was on Supernatural, right? Essentially, she ran a YouTube channel called oh man, what was it? Like Geeks and
Sundry.
Geeks and Sundry. And the Guild. Yes, the Guild is one of my favorite shows. It's about a group of friends who play D&D. So she approached Matt and was like, how about you guys come to our channel and like just play the game and like have people watch? And they like mulled it over because they weren't sure. They also, Matt wanted to keep it close to the vest because he's like, this is my baby, like this is my home game, this is my friends. We don't want to put it out there for people because it loses a sense of like intimacy. So you can see in the actual play of season 1 their growing pains of like becoming who they are, but then by season 2 there's this whole talk and conversation about people saying that you can tell that they're a company now. Like you can tell they're starting to fall into the realm of a company who are a group of friends that play D&D that are doing all these things. By season 3, they're a full-fledged like everything. They're a super they just make bank and revenue like as a company on their own.
Oh, Lance Reddick Thordak. I know that is. Okay.
You know who that is, yes. But I will say
this is redemption for his shitty role in Resident Evil. Thank you.
No one recognizes him from Resident Evil. It's John Wick.
I honestly recognize him from Fringe. And Tone would be for Destiny. But
Lance Reddick? Yeah, I've known Lance Reddick for a long time.
Yeah, obviously. But Matt plays a bunch of the NPCs. He not only plays
95%.
He plays like a lot of the voices in the actual play because he's the DM. So you have to kind of like have him play all these voices. But gotcha. When they were doing the show, they were like, "Oh shit, this is a chance for us to like hand over characters to our friends who I think would be better suited for this." So they had their choice of the pick to get David Tennant and like all these other like actors. They were just like,
if I may, 1 second.
Joe Maglio.
But no, but his character, his real role isn't here yet.
Also in Teen Wolf.
Who? Joe Magniello. His real role isn't here yet.
Okay, but
Matthew Mercer is in Teen Wolf.
Yep, Teen Wolf the movie.
No, I didn't know that. I thought you were talking about Joe.
Nope. The guy you're just talking about, Matt, it is definitely in Teen Wolf. I'm gonna send it to you, but okay, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm on his IMDb.
I believe you. I'm looking at it now too, but I'm just running through the names. So he plays Silas Briarwood, Umbrasil, Craven Edge, Dr. Dranzel, Pale Guard, and he has all these like random like miscellaneous people. But like you'll hear him more often because there's just too many characters in this world that Matt voiced that like they're not necessarily big name characters, so you don't really need anyone else to play these characters. He could just do the voice anyways. But for the bigger name characters where he felt like I can hand this to somebody, he gave the reins to people, and it became like this dope show that we're talking about today. And I've been like rambling for way too long about. But I love this show. I think it's fucking fantastic. Season 2 started off with a bang with the fall of Iman.
Dang.
Then they're talking about
took a cannon to the face with that opening.
Then we have them discussing getting the vestiges of divergence, which are weapons that were created during the calamity, which is like a big
that wasn't until episode 3 when they went to the Slayers Guild. The
Slayer Stakes, yeah.
Slayer Stakes.
So essentially they knew that they needed something to fight them, and like they just were looking for help and looking
dragons, fucking dragons,
right?
Fucking dragons.
Like because for context, like they were a group of like, you know, just heroes, and they took out the blue dragon. Sure, they took out, you know, Brian, like, but
no, we
by comparison,
apparently he was the baby dragon out of them. Right?
Yeah.
He's not as big or old.
That's why he was the flunky. That's why he was
right.
He was the flunky. He had to play human.
Right. Like
but let's go into context on how bad it was. How this fucking city got attacked. Like you see, like
decimated
acid dragon just dropping acid on people, and they're just burning up. You see this dragon's just like the guard is trying to take out dragons and just blowing up the pylons and everything, the arrows. And then as people were trying to escape to Vox Machina's castle, the where they were awarded, the little state that they were awarded,
frozen.
What was it? The ice dragon was, and the way he was just freezing people. It's like you didn't see them just freeze; you saw them also freeze and explode and just frozen there. It's just, it was fucking. It was like ridiculous. Animation was beautiful about this. It was just beautiful. It just.
So imagine my, like, you know, like it must be the same for you guys who, like, you know, read the Game of Thrones books. Like, for watching the actual play, the best is like watching their reactions of like him explaining these events happen. But like you're like, oh shit, they're gonna animate this. Like it's gonna make it so much more real. And then it gets there, and you're just like, oh fuck, like it just gets worse. It is just going to get worse. Yeah,
for me, because I'm very much of a fan. So in watching this, because I don't watch a lot of American cartoons in today's my older years, right? And this gave me very much Avatar Last Airbender animation style, right? But so much more gruesome. Obviously that's very PG, while this you get rated R.
It's actually the animator is the one who, or at least the lead concept artist, was the artist behind a lot of the New 52 and DC animation stuff. So Justice League War, anything Justice League War, Batman and Son, all of those movies that came out within the last couple or so years, that style is based off of him. Because they were, again, it's one of those things where they got this crowdfunded and kickstarted, and it was literally, it broke records for how much money people threw at this, and they just wanted to do one episode. They were like, hey guys, we want to do one, you know, kind of animation thing, one episode, whatever. And people threw them so much money that they were like, oh, we can make a whole season. And then Amazon picked it up, and then it just kept going to that point where they're like, yo, we can actually get people that we've dreamed of working with and who are not just our friends, and, you know, get them on these projects.
Val, I want to get your whole thoughts on it, though, being someone who hasn't played D&D as a game, but you've seen this animation as someone from the outside of the realm. Give us your thoughts.
Well, definitely didn't know it was D&D, even though I know it says the Critical Role thing kind of thing, but it didn't hit me until you guys told me. So I already was enjoying it before I even knew it, that it was related to the D&D world. With that said, I'm very much into fantasy adventure, very much into the animation is very good. It's gruesome, like incredible, but not crazy that I'm like, okay, this is OD. Very realistic in the sense where they speak like normal people, like fuck this shit and kind of things. And how you really, there's a good character development here. I love each of these characters. There's a reason why, and especially in season 2, the way they've been building in season 2, the attachment to each individual character, like we get a little bit of, well, you guys haven't seen Grog. We get more Vax and Vex. They're starting to build more. In the Briarwood first season, you get a lot of Percy's backstory and a little bit of their relationship together as
Don't
a
worry.
whole,
It
right?
gets worse.
But it's just I'm really enjoying. This is a good story. This is a good adventure. This is a good character development. It is not just visuals. Like Chainsaw Man is just visuals to me. Everything else is lacking. However, here,
Absolutely.
yes, it's not gratuitously gruesome, but it does what it's supposed to do. And for an American cartoon, when I have not watched American cartoons other than Avatar and the Last Airbender in a long time, this hits all the marks for me.
Mhm.
Yeah, I gotta say this, and I want to see if Tone and Law can co-sign it. When we've seen that when the dragons were attacking, I instantly thought about what happened in our game when Tommy threw that dragon at us, in the Medusa's Cascade, when we were leaving I think it was like the Goliath village, and
Oh,
everybody.
So
and I
if
was
you
just like,
die in your game, are you out and that's it?
I mean, death isn't permanent.
Oh, okay.
as we learn in episode 4.
Honestly,
Critical Role.
real talk. It depends on the type of game you're playing, the type of DM that you have, the type of game you've agreed upon. If it's
Okay.
like, if your character dies, that's it. You roll up a new character, like
Right.
That's like kind of agreed
Like
upon.
we
in the
actually
group.
talked about this the
Okay,
other day with
I was gonna
Turt
say.
about like having, my character has died twice in one of our campaigns, but Turt brought him back because of certain things that made narrative sense, and it wasn't without cost. It was not cheap for me to come back by any means at all.
I also think it depends on the nature of how you die, right? So
right.
like the one thing we've gotten from the DMs we play with is like, if they're giving us hints and things of like, you should turn around, you should run away, you should not go
Right.
here, or you should not do this, like, and you still go on to do it and you make a really stupid decision, then it's like, all right, well, I'm not going to make some grand thing for you to come back because you were stupid, versus like if you die in battle or if you sacrifice yourself, or like there's more of a story reason to come back versus like stupid
especially
decision
when
making.
I don't know, guys.
with
This
like
might
gods, essentially.
this might get me to do one game. I'm not. Don't quote me on this one. I said might. Big might. But
we got a person to hook you up with. Don't worry. When you're ready to jump off, it's there. No, it's again, the characters, like how you say, Val, they're great characters. We've all seen this.
I love
and
them all so far.
But it's like the language that you're seeing them all speak to each other and all that. It really feels like it feels like you're sitting there watching the D&D game. And we all got to see this when he got to watch Critical Role originally out there, when they first did it, and posted on YouTube and everything. It's just interesting how it transitioned into an animation. Like, I love a lot of the character designs, the world building that they've did, and how it just doesn't feel like it was lost, because we're seeing how Law is just geeked out about it. It shows that it hasn't been lost in translation.
Right.
Scanlan has been the bard. I've been a bard 3 times, but I have not been the stereotypical bard that's going around getting ass all the time.
So
No,
who are your
say,
instant favorites? Like, who are the ones that you're like, if this person dies, I'm gonna riot, or if this person
I really love, like, Chainsaw. I know Denji's name, I know Power's name, and I just remembered Aki because one of you guys said it, right? Ask me anyone else, if you guys didn't say, I would not know, right? Denji's the only name I really know in Power. In this series, I know Vax, Vex, Percy. I know Grog. I know Scanlan. I know, like, all of them hold Kaylee. All of them hold a title, a stance, and it makes sense. So they all collectively are a good cast of characters, and each of them have allowed some form of love for them. So I
Mhm.
don't know. I'm really, I think Vex. No, I really love Scanlan. I also love Scanlan is probably my guy. Like, yo, I could drink with you kind of guy, right? But Kaylee is very nice. I think Vex and Vax are a great team. I think Grog gives me uh Batista, what's his name?
Dave
Dra-
Batista,
Batista?
no,
Drax,
in
Drax,
Guardians, Drax
Drax.
gives me
Yeah.
Drax vibes, but not as dumb. Um, Percy's very serious but smart. Like they all have a attribute about them that they work well together. Why
Mm.
am I forgetting to name
Pike?
Everlight? What's her
Pike.
name? Yeah,
Pike.
Pike.
Like
She's also very, very an integral part of the team, and it's just so
The,
good.
just a tidbit. The actress Ashley Johnson, who plays Ellie in the game of Last of Us, she during the filming of campaign 1 was doing a show called Blind Spot. So she was back and forth between LA where they film and New York where she films the other show. So there was a lot of times where like scheduling conflicts, she couldn't be there at all, or she could be there but it would be over Skype and technical
Oh,
difficulties and all that
is
stuff.
that why Pike had that journey during campaign 1? Like, where
Right.
she was
So
off of the
so
team?
essentially they're changing some parts of it to where, because Ashley wasn't there, they couldn't do as much with her, but now they are better integrating her story and changing slightly her story so that like it makes narrative sense, but it gives a better sense for Pike other than Ashley wasn't there, so Pike isn't there. You know what I mean?
I like that.
yeah, Pike and Scanlan have become two of my favorites.
I do. So okay. Do Scanlan and Pike end up together? You're not gonna tell me. He loves her, even though he doesn't say it. He's a total jerk, and all of them are like bisexual. It's all of them are very into anything.
No, I would say Scanlan's pansexual. He'll fuck anything.
Right. Vax.
Vax
Vex.
is by Vax, and I think Vex are both by.
What's his face? Our Wood
Yeah.
She seems very innocent.
Keely loves Vex.
Keyleth.
Keyleth, yeah, thank you. She
loves.
She's an
Vax.
awesome fucking character, though.
Yeah.
She just you guys haven't seen it.
What's even better is she's such an awesome character, and I'm so glad that people love her because they gave Marissa, the actress, so much shit during the actual play about her character, about her decisions, and just about her in general. They gave her a lot of shit. Like, the internet's just an awful place. We all know that. And, the people who stood by her and, like, stood, like, for her, especially Matt being her husband and, like, her crew.
Oh, really?
Like, yeah, man. Like, it was a lot of, like, dumb bullshit. Like, just being nitpicky and all.
So, like, how she plays her character?
About how she plays her character and about, all these things. And I'm glad that now, especially people who have watched afterwards and not during, and the people who are watching, Vox Machina, the animated series, are seeing Keyleth as the people who like know Keyleth are like, yo, she's awesome. Stop fucking around, because like you guys have no idea how awesome each of these characters. Like, they're awesome now.
But I think that's the thing that
end
people...
goal. This is a level 20 campaign. Like, this goes to level 20. Sorry, it doesn't go to level 20, but it gets close. It gets like level 18 during the end game, or 19, something like that. Yes, that was a lot of the gripe.
But that's the thing that people don't understand. It's like they're griping about bullshit because the thing is that as you're playing your character, you're really like putting yourself out of yourself, and you're thinking like, what would this character do? Not what you would do in the situation. It's like, and that's what makes the game fun.
She adds a good contrast, though. Like, I was a little bit confused on why she turned down Vex, but I also understand Vexalia's girl, Bax's boy. Okay, yes. Bax. Like, for him to say, I mean, obviously the way he said it was like stupid, but it made sense for at the moment he thought they were all gonna die. With that said, going into this newer season and you see certain things and it's like, does she even like the kid? Like, if she doesn't, don't play with him. But I also understand that maybe that they're too close and she wanted to keep that separate, which I like as well. There's just so much going on with this group. I'm so in love with this
You'll
show.
see. You'll see. You'll also get hints of. I will say that almost everybody ends up with somebody, whether or not they end up with someone in the group or not.
Well, I want Pike and Scanlan to get up together because she will probably rein him in. I want Keyleth and Vax to end up together. Vex and Percy to end up together. Unfortunately, that leaves Grog out.
Listen,
but Grog can find a female Grog.
Grog will be fine. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. I promise you that.
Listen, I have to say this though. I did love episode 4 and 3. I love that we got to see the Slayers Guild, the Slayers take. 2 characters that we got to see come out of that, which is
oh my god,
and the I don't
Will
know
Friedle's character, Chef's Kiss. Kashan. Well, I feel like I'm.
The guy with the two eyes.
That was Will.
Yeah, that was with
colored eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Kashaw. I always say his name wrong. Kashaw. You guys got to meet Earthbreaker Groon, who like fucked the hell up out of Grog. So it was like,
yo, that was just the guy who voiced him. Voiced him? Was it?
Hold on. It's Ike Amadi.
Yeah, because he gave me Goliath. He gave me Goliath vibes, but I was like, it's not Keith David. It's not.
Right.
It felt like I was watching. Yo, that scene, and he was just. I was just like, yo.
The entire time, like, if they give us more of that, like, interaction between him and Grog, if they give us more Grog and Earthbreaker Group, there's so many things that I hope that while they're trying to fit a lot into a little bit of time, they actually give enough breath for the moments that like the fans hold near and dear. You know what I mean? Like Earthbreaker Groon and Grog leads to so much development for Grog later on that it's just so good.
I want to see a version of Valen like that from one of our games. A version of Valen like that. Just wise and ready to beat people's ass.
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
One of Law's characters. He's because Law plays a monk.
Oh yeah. Listen, Valen. If the dice gods allow Valen to be as awesome as he is, that boy's gonna be a reckless problem very soon.
And honestly, when Grog got his beard, I instantly thought, "Oh shit, Galahad."
That was hilarious.
Yeah. So essentially, Goliaths don't grow beards traditionally, and in game when Grog got the belts of fire giant strength, he developed.
I thought it was dwarven kind.
Oh, dwarven kind. Sorry, you're right.
Is that what the belt is? So they don't explain these things in the show. You guys know because you know the process. So like, but they don't tell us how or why, and so it's like, what the fuck? How does this belt give him a beard? So I would have liked to know that.
So the belt gave him the beard. Like you kind of see when he puts it on, the beard just grows. But that's a in the like show thing where like Travis was like, I want Grog to have a beard. He's like, well, they don't have beards. And then eventually he found the belt. He was like, all right, let's just say because the belt is dwarven kind and dwarves have beards, you get to grow a beard by proxy kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. But what they find in Gilmore's shop, where Gilmore is just like, fine, fuck it, take whatever you want. There's so many little things that you'll see later on that like they use and whatnot.
They grabbed a bunch and they thought had no value, like the broom.
Yeah.
That now can back and fly.
Funnily enough, in the game belonged to Chris Hardwick. I don't know if you ever watched the Walking Dead after show. Yeah. He was the host of that. He played in there, and Laura Bailey, who plays Vex, stole that from him. Yeah.
Who was he in the show?
In the show, he's not in the show.
Who was he?
Oh, he was a dragonborn necromancer, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. So he was dragonborn necromancer. He had a broom. She stole it from him, and that's how she ends up with it.
Yeah. Like
And
he
in the
basically,
show-
he goes, all right, guys, they have like a quick little team up or whatever the case is, and then she goes, I'm gonna steal it or whatever the
So-
case is.
So
And
explain something to me. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm gonna take it
Go
switch
for it.
because now that the belt makes sense now,
Mhm,
the broom makes sense now.
mhm.
I need to understand the vestiges a little bit. They go in, so they see the Sphinx. She tells them they need the vestiges. This is
Right.
where you need to go. Let's get the first one. Vax or Vex, which is male, female.
Vax gets
Vax gets the Raven thing, the outfit, right?
So he gets
I need
the
to
Death Walker's
understand
ward.
the Death Walker's ward. Why
Mhm.
can't he remove it?
So that's a.
Is it because he's fighting it rather than embracing?
No, it's essentially it's his oath. So they're not going. I don't know if they're going to directly say it. So they've never really said what Grog is, what Pike is, whatever the case is. But like
Mhm.
we as players or people who kind of know D&D know that Grog is a barbarian
Half giant.
and Vex
Oh.
is a
Elf, half elf.
no, we're talking classes. Like what
Classes.
kind of
what
kind
kind
of
of
What the hell?
What kind of
Okay.
warrior
no,
they
so
are?
like yeah, it's like what is your ability? What can you do? So like Vex
Yeah,
is
you
a
have the
ranger.
rogue-
She's an
rogue
animal.
ranger.
She's like she's a beastmaster ranger, which is why she has trinket.
You have your
Vax
rogue, ranger,
is an
paladin,
assassin.
warlock.
Right. So you have all these things.
His power is fire, by the way. Him throwing the knives and getting the back. It's just I just love
That's
the way
a part of
they
his
animate
belt.
that.
That's the belt of returning. So he basically could throw a belt and then it just pops back to. He could throw his dagger and it'll pop back to his belt, which Tone has for Galahad. But all that to say, the armor. All right. So there's a part in the temple where he basically yells at the Raven Queen and goes, "Fuck you, bitch! Take me instead." Right?
Yeah. But he didn't say "fuck you, bitch." He's like, no, like take
Essentially.
me.
Essentially,
He
he said that.
sacrifices himself to take his soul instead of his sister.
Right.
But I thought
But
it was more like commending. She's like, you know what? You get my power, kind of thing.
No, there's more to it than that. So essentially, he asked, he was like, "Take me instead." And what she did was like, instead of taking you, you're going to be my champion. But
Okay.
to be the Raven, the Matron of Raven's champion, means that you. I don't want to give too much away without spoiling it, but essentially, that power is yours, and you now took an oath to uphold her will, essentially.
So is she okay? Is the Raven bitch like death?
No, she is not.
So why
death.
does he see the zombie thing?
Wait. So she is not death. She is what is the word I'm looking for? Her domain is the in between. She's basically the ferryman of the moment of death to the afterlife. She's that person. She makes sure that transition doesn't get interfered with, doesn't get messed with. So when people be like, "Oh, this person's dead," and try to bring them back, that brings about an imbalance, and that's not always cool by her standards.
It's like
So
a Grim
people-
Reaper.
right? No,
I'm thinking in terms of supernatural, how they came in
True,
and they
yeah.
make sure to ferry the person away.
A regular Reaper.
Yeah.
right.
Well, to me, I mean, I'm thinking like Greek mythology, the fairy and Tartarus. Those
Yes,
are
she is She is closer to
Chiron.
Chiron, thank you. She's closer to that than anything else. So essentially, when Vax says, "I'll be your champion," he gets the armor.
So he's the fairy.
Sorry, he doesn't ask to be a champion. He becomes her champion, but he doesn't understand that yet.
Okay.
But you see him when he's fighting the zombie. He is fighting the other champion, her previous champion.
Yes, and then he gives up the sword. Right.
Right. So that's the transfer of like, you are now worthy. You are, like you can take upon like her wishes and her desires, whatever the case is.
Right, but what does that mean?
So think of it as like
So he ferries people to the to death, basically. Okay.
yeah.
So what is why is he seeing zombies?
Because he's a paladin, and that is a paladin ability. Paladins can see or sense undead, fiends, and things of that nature. So he can. They're doing it in a way where they don't say it, because one, it's the whole D&D Wizards Coast thing, but also
it'll start to piece together towards the end.
Right. Yes.
I get that. Don't tell me too much. Fine, whatever.
Listen, I'm a wellspring of knowledge, as you guys can hear me talking for the last however many minutes. But this is literally like I'm gonna keep saying it. This is my turn to be the Game of Thrones expert, but for Vox Machina, because I could be like, come on.
I know, because Seabass and Tone are like completely out of this one.
No, we know stuff.
No, you're just not saying as much because you're not up to date on this show. But I have more questions because I don't know shit about D&D, and the series. I didn't know there was so much more behind it in like where it came from. Because this is my first introduction. It's just this series, so it's like
we're gonna get you to play again.
Awesome.
Don't worry. It's gonna happen.
Well, wait on me. What else do you want to
know? Tone. Tell your boy. Grab your boy.
She's gonna end up playing the game. Watch.
You should just play. I don't understand what the big deal is. You may not like it. There's a chance you may not like it.
You're saying exactly the opposite. You know
wow. What are your questions?
I will wait till the guys watch the rest because everything else is past episode 4.
Okay. It'll
be
say,
based on Vex and Grog.
Okay.
Oh, the sword of Koss?
No.
Yeah.
The sword that drinks
that's
blood.
Not any of my questions. He got the Koss from the Briarwood guy who was a vampire. That makes perfect sense to me, bro. Why did you even take it in the first place?
Because he's Grog.
Because he's Grog.
Because he's Grog.
Perfect.
He had his axe.
The axe wasn't magical.
The axe wasn't magical.
Doesn't matter.
It matters. When you play D&D, you would understand because you grab shit like a blood-sucking knife.
There's always a character that's like, I'm gonna push the shiny red button. Travis is that player, so the voice actor for that is the player that goes, I'm gonna touch that shit. It's not even you, Seabass. You do that for the campaigns that Atlas doesn't play in, because Atlas is our one.
Oh, Atlas
touches every fucking
Oh yeah,
thing.
yeah. We give that to Atlas. When my bunny girl is the one kicking him in the shin, saying, "Don't do it."
At the time, ooh, shiny. Hugo gets it. Grog is 100% like.
Does Hugo play D&D? Hugo, you play D&D? I'm curious.
I will say, I hope they have the. It's not spoiler or anything, but Travis like wanted to play a barbarian because he's like, I don't want to do a magic. Like, I just want to fight and hit things, and I don't care about being smart. Like, I just want to be a big dumb jock and like hit things and whatever.
Yeah, he runs in and fucks up everything, which I love.
And he's just he's a lovable idiot.
His character,
he's a lovable idiot.
All of them have
in the game.
In
the game, they basically. Oh no, not
he doesn't.
In the game,
so you're with me.
They his intelligence is really low.
It's like
so
8, right? Like that was his dumb stat, right?
It was like, I think it was 6, to be honest with you.
Only rolled.
Right. So his intelligence was really low, which means, like, for context, he had the intelligence of maybe like a 3rd grader at most, a 3rd grader, let's say. So
I will say, no, that's not the case in recent episodes, though.
What do you mean?
I don't think he has a 3rd grader intelligence in recent episodes.
No, I think
in later episodes where we are right now.
Right. But book-wise, we're talking just straight intelligence. You're thinking wisdom. He is wise, but he is not wisdom. He is not intelligent. It's the difference. It's the difference between knowing that a tomato is a fruit and the difference between knowing that you cannot put a tomato in a fruit-based salad.
Yep. They have a bunch of those. It's
I'm sorry.
Okay. That makes sense.
We'll get you in a game and it starts to make sense. Don't worry. It will happen. It'll be a one-shot game.
Knowledge about D&D playing a bit of high school 20 years ago and trying with coworkers. But nice.
Like, yeah,
Deep thoughts with law.
Right,
gotta-
that tomato analogy was definitely like, oh,
It's
okay.
definitely not mine. I heard it, but I usually use that tomato analogy to
be
explain to my friends.
I
certain
want
things.
to like split something real quick. Are any of you guys playing Harry Potter on like any system?
No, I'm waiting.
My coworkers are.
I'm waiting for some of the reviews. Some of the reviews say it's really good. If it is, I'm probably gonna wait for it to go on sale because I'm not paying $65 for it.
I
or
pre-ordered
70.
and pay extra.
I was never really a big Harry Potter person to begin with. So like wow. Because I'm pretty sure
You're
Oh,
a fucking wait a minute, hold on,
Also-
time out. Wait, I have to say this. You're a fucking Percy Jackson fan, an Artemis Fowl, and you don't like fucking Harry Potter? Are you kidding me?
whoa, pump the brakes. I am not as big of a fan as everyone else. I read all the books, I watched all the movies, and that was it. I know my Hogwarts house more or less, and all the other shit. I know my Patronus.
But you love Percy Jackson and don't
You
love
have-
Harry Potter?
You have listened to Percy Jackson.
I
You
have
can't
listened
tell me
to
that-
Percy
you
Jackson.
can't tell-
Wait, time out. Let's talk about that real quick because Percy Jackson is a fucking idiot. He doesn't know shit. Why does everyone have to tell? He doesn't take the time to learn anything. He doesn't say. It's like, well, what is this? Oh my god!
Because he
And
was
you, bro,
raised
when
in
the fuck are
He
you
was
learning
raised
something?
in the human world as a
Okay, no, hold on. I am now in book 3. Okay, this boy has been in this situation for a long time, and he hasn't bothered to learn shit in the process. Come on now, bro.
You want to know who's an idiot? Scott McCall. He's
We're
a
gonna get to that
fucking
later.
idiot. He's a fucking idiot.
We're getting
He's
to
not
that
an
later.
idiot.
He's
He's
an
not,
idiot.
but-
He's an idiot. He's an idiot. He
Listen.
would lose his dick if Styles wasn't there to pick it up. He's an
Styles
idiot.
is the man, and you're right. Absolutely, I
Listen,
agree.
everyone is a Styles in life.
Like,
I will
Styles
say,
is so great.
because you've listened. Percy is always getting hunted. So
No,
why have
no,
the time
no,
to learn
no,
when
no,
you're just
no,
out here
no,
serving
no,
apples for Aries?
No, this man doesn't even. Oh my
was
god,
like,
he
yo,
doesn't have any
Aries,
brain
you want the
cells.
smoke? And Aries was like, what's up?
Percy
And just-
Jackson has no brain
Come on.
cells.
Come on.
Percy Jackson has no brain cells.
Don't-
You know
listen,
what's completely annoying about this character? We fall into the fucking labyrinth, and this man doesn't know where the fuck he's at. But fucking Annabeth knows in like 5.5 seconds. Why do you not know?
because Annabeth grew up knowing who her mother was.
No, but he doesn't take the time to learn.
because he's constantly being hunted and killed.
Are you seriously defending Percy Jackson and you're gonna tell me Harry
Absolutely.
Potter ain't shit? Fuck you.
Absolutely. Percy Jackson
Wait,
over Harry
wait.
Potter.
I'm defending Harry
law,
Potter.
law
All I'm
versus
saying
Val. This is it.
All I'm
All
saying
day,
is
every
Harry
day.
Potter.
I mean,
Harry
also-
Potter, 10
also-
times better than Percy Jackson.
Oh, as a character, Harry and Ron wouldn't be able to find anything without Hermione.
The series, 10
Think
times
about
better
the
than
series
Percy
of the
Jackson.
character.
The
I said the
magic
series, Harry
system
Potter.
the magic system doesn't make sense.
What?
You're-
Wait, which magic system makes sense? Harry
What?
Potter magic
Harry
system is
Potter.
really- what do you mean? It's
How does it not make sense?
It's a soft
Yeah.
magic system. It's
Exactly.
Oh,
It's a very soft-
Revelio,
it's a very
Lumos. Like, what do you need? I don't understand.
It's a
There's-
soft magic system.
There's far more
Wow.
well deserved and better written fucking like
Better written?
magic systems.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not
Magic
say.
systems?
Better
I will
written
not
magic
say.
systems?
I will not say. I
Aragon's
will-
magic system's fantastic.
Who?
Aragon's magic system's really good.
Oh,
I
I'm
like
not
ma-
talking
Aragon
about
is-
that. I'm
Aragon
talking
is-
about Percy versus Harry Potter.
As far as
You're talking
villains are
about something I
concerned,
have
you
no
got- you
idea
give me-
about.
you give me
Aragon, no, no, no.
Voldemort is your
No,
main
listen.
bad guy.
Okay, first of all, you're
Yes.
talking about villains. That is not what we just said. If you're talking
I
Greek
will go
mythology,
through the
no,
stat
time
list.
out,
I will
time
go
out.
brain
Greek
for brain.
mythology has you have a basis for reality, a real fucking shit. That makes sense. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if you're saying magic, Harry Potter beats Percy Jackson any day. Any day.
No.
Any fucking day.
Nope.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
They put Mount Olympus on the top of fucking Empire State Building. Really? Really? Really?
What?
That's your argument?
Wait, what?
No,
That's
that
your
is not
argument?
the only argument, but we'll go back. I digress. I digress.
Did that happen in
I
your book?
digress.
Mount Olympus was on the Empire State Building?
Yeah.
Yes,
So,
Mount Olympus is
Mount-
on the top of
so,
Empire
Mount
State
Olympus-
Building.
On top of an Empire State
Oh,
Building.
And
okay.
they
It's one of
moved
those things
fucking
They
Greek
moved from
mythology
Greece
transferred to the
Right.
Western world in America. Why? Why? Really,
Because
the
it's a
stupid
gen-
ass explanation is what the
it's a-
fuck it is.
because the book is written from an American. That's why.
Exactly. Keep it in
and,
fucking
and
Greece.
and the best school, the best greatest magic schools in the Highlands of Scotland, because the author was from the fucking UK.
Harry Potter beats Percy Jackson. I'm sorry. But Percy Jackson is
a whole
enjoyable.
bunch of footage that
Percy Jackson is enjoyable.
because people have had this debate.
Percy Jackson is enjoyable, and I do like Greek mythology, which is why I'm sticking to it. However, if we're talking about literary, the books itself, Harry Potter books are better than Percy Jackson books.
It's unfortunate that you think so.
See, okay,
It's not
so this is
unfortunate.
the thing,
I
though.
just think that literally, I mean, I've read every single Harry Potter book, and I'm listening to the Percy Jackson books, and the writing is better. Sorry.
Rose tinted glasses, but sure.
Rose tinted? No, absolutely not. This is me being welcoming to Percy Jackson because I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. I'm not taking away from the fact that I enjoy it. I don't think it's better.
Finish the first 5 books,
I'm
and
saying
then
okay.
go back to Harry Potter and read those. And
Okay.
then
All right. You know what? I'll do
fully-
that. Okay, I'll do that because it has been a few years since I've read Harry Potter. I didn't read that. I'm sorry that you're wrong. First of all, Hugo, he is wrong, and he doesn't understand how he's wrong.
I was
but
saying
whatever.
that I'm sorry, you're wrong.
No,
that-
no.
I
are wrong.
I just find it very hard that you're just making objective claims about series and saying which one is better. And I can talk about different systems, sure. Like,
We're not talking about the systems of magic, right? Have you read the Percy Jackson books?
I have not read the Percy Jackson books.
Have you read the Harry Potter books?
Yes.
I'd like you to read the Percy Jackson books and have an objective opinion about which literally, as far as the books are concerned, is better. That's all I'm saying. I love Percy Jackson and the Greek mythology behind it, but I think the books are written better in Harry Potter than it is in Percy Jackson.
My thing here is that based off the audience of the books and based off the themes of the books in Harry Potter, if I have to be just thinking and Percy Jackson, the Harry Potter books got better as you got into more adult themes. So from, I would say,
books 3, book 4,
books 3 through 7
are amazing,
are very good. Where I say books 1 and 2 are kid books.
Okay, they're okay. They're but the same with Percy Jackson on the first book, and then as he gets older, it doesn't get better. While Harry Potter does. His character stays dumb. Like his character, not dumb. He's not dumb. I'll take that back, because I like his character, but his character doesn't grow for me. As opposed to Harry Potter, he grows. Read the books. I'm just saying. Whatever.
I own the books.
Yeah.
I own the original set books.
Okay. I just it gives the great premise behind it is that they have the foundation of the Greek mythology, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes that story so much better. However, the character behind it, Percy Jackson himself, isn't as strong as a character as Harry Potter for me. Just saying. For me.
I'm just on the way.
I don't know how we went from Vox Machina.
I don't know.
We all agreed that Vox Machina was great,
and he said it was, and he said he didn't like it, and I was like, wait a minute. And I'm like, okay,
I need to jump on this immediately. I need to get my wand.
It is. I'm enjoying the game.
Okay.
I started it last night.
Fun.
And I'm gonna play tonight, and I'm gonna play all night because
hell yeah.
I'm off tomorrow, and I plan on playing a lot tomorrow.
Enjoy.
Great, whatever. That was my point. Whatever. You know what? Fuck you guys. How about that?
Wow!
I'm not saying nothing.
No, you gave me guys like
Hugo,
good for you. I don't give a
my,
fuck. That's what I gave me.
I love my life. You know, I'm just
No.
gonna say that I'm in the middle. I'm Judge Mills Lane, just being like, get it on. That's it. I'm an instigator, Hugo. I would say that, you know.
I also would say collectively, we all have shows and things
I would
that we
say
hold
collectively
close to
that
us.
I would say that Doctor Strange
I'm
has the best.
enjoying Percy Jackson.
I would say that Doctor Strange has the best magic amongst both houses and everything right there because he would scoop both of them, But that's just me. I don't know. Doctor Strange will make them both their bitches, so
Fuck you, Pong.
Doctor Strange would be like, Percy and Harry, you're my bitches. Let's go. I'm gonna pimp slap you, send you into another realm.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange to say that to both of them. Yeah, I would agree with that too. I'm not even gonna lie. You know what? You've got the Sorcerer Supreme versus Harry Potter and Percy Jackson. It's just not the same.
I mean, he could school them too, teach them a little thing or two.
He could. He could.
What the fuck are we talking about?
I don't know. We're talking about magic all of a sudden.
What the fuck are we talking about?
We're talking about nerd shit. Like
Literally
that's
just-
what
literally
we're talking about. We're talking about nerd shit.
And if we're gonna be talking about some of this bullshit, I'm gonna tell you this Teen Wolf is bullshit,
It's
man.
not bullshit.
It's bullshit.
So
Okay,
I
I'm
am
laughing.
with you,
Yo.
Tone.
Yo, like I'm not. Listen,
Seabass,
I'm-
shut up. You haven't
no.
tried.
No. Listen, and Seabass is gonna know exactly where me and Jackie coming from because he's watching Supernatural. You watch Supernatural and then you watch this. I'm like, I just can't take
After
this
Supernatural,
seriously.
it's not the same. I would not compare it to a Supernatural thing.
I can't help.
That is not.
I can't
The
help.
thing
but
is,
what-
you're right. You're right. I would not compare this to Supernatural. I watched about 7, 8. Okay, 9 seasons
all
of
you need-
Supernatural. I didn't watch all
Whoa.
16.
You didn't finish Supernatural? Are you
didn't.
fucking kidding me?
I didn't. Once I think it's when once one of them died. Dean died. I think it was.
How many?
Dean always dies.
What
No,
time?
no. Wait.
Which one?
Right.
I've never watched it, and I know Dean always dies.
Dean dies often, but there was a point where he got. No, it wasn't Dean. It was
It's
the
like,
other
oh,
brother.
like in the beginning, it was like
Sam
Sam
they
died,
went
and he
to
had a
hell.
demon in him.
They become like regular guests in hell for
Yes,
like
that's the whole
rest.
point.
Yeah,
All right. Here's the thing. I'm not saying this is better than Supernatural. However, it is an enjoyable show in its standalone world as what it is. If you enjoy this world, I don't think it's a bad show, and I don't think any law would disagree. It is enjoyable. Do not compare it to Supernatural.
Okay,
If
but
you're
I
comparing
can't-
it to Supernatural, you're doing yourself
No,
a disservice.
No, I'm not trying to. I'm truly not trying to. I went into this not trying to compare it to Supernatural. I can't help.
Where do you hold like a rating of it? Like objectively, like just
Objectively, like
Do you give it 1 Castillo or 5 Castillos?
a 7, maybe a 7.
okay.
A
I don't
7
think
is doable.
I don't think it's awful. I think it's of its time or anything. And I just think, and some of it just got me laughing because how ridiculous this is. Like watching this idiot run on all
To
fours.
be fair,
with
I
the
think
two- with-
the
with-
show came out like
It was early 2000s.
No, it was early 2000s, and I get it,
Yeah.
but it was just really funny. Where like you got some of these scenes where Scott's running all fours. I'm like, this is going on for way too long for me not to like be like, why is he running on all fours? Just run, just do the Ethan Hunt run and run really fast. We know you're a werewolf, my guy. Like it's fine. Just run on
It's
2
to
feet.
show he was a wolf. Like there's
not
a
even-
process
he's
of
not-
his
the first
transition.
No. He's not even in.
dropped,
He's not even in prosthetics. It's just him.
2011.
Oh, he's not.
so
in prosthetics,
so
okay.
Supernatural started in 2005. Teen Wolf started in 2011.
Okay, so mid 2000s so
Yeah.
far.
So like that's the thing. Like there are other
Seabass,
characters who
when
like
are you
I
gonna start
like them.
watching? Because this is the show I picked,
No,
and
I
this
finally
is
found
my.
I finally found the app that streams it, and I loaded it on my PlayStation because my Xbox died because of a power outage.
Paramount is the app.
No, it's on Hulu, and I'm watching it on Hulu because I
Oh, it's
can't.
on Hulu?
Hulu.
Yes, I can't keep
Do
watching
you
on
need
Paramount.
Hulu? I can give you Hulu.
I can't because Paramount's like Paramount does this thing where you can't fast forward through the promos of Wolfpack and whatever. I'm like, yo, I pay for this. I pay full price. I don't want to
I
watch
can give
any
you
of this.
non-commercial free Hulu. You guys need it? I got you.
on Paramount.
They're not doing what Netflix is doing.
Yeah, so I just found out right now it's on Hulu, and we're just gonna watch on Hulu because Hulu's
Okay.
really easy.
Oh, if it helps, it's only 100
Seabass, you have
episodes
to
because they
watch.
got syndication.
I'm gonna watch it.
Oh no, I'm fine.
I
fine.
promise I'm gonna watch it.
You have to because it's the show. That's the show I chose.
Yeah,
Then you gave me the
and
show.
I
There's
said
only
I'm
2
gonna watch it.
seasons of 20 episodes. The rest are 12. It's fine.
I'm gonna get through it. Watch. It's gonna be like
I'm just,
I got through C when I said I finally got to sit down and watch
just-
it. I'm gonna
just
watch
watching
And
it.
C
I'm
was
just
not
like-
bad, right?
C was
I
really
thought it
good.
No,
was
C
really
was
good.
very C is very good. I think C
Okay.
was a good pick. I'm
I
just
think
saying.
that you're jaded because you just finished watching Supernatural.
I didn't finish watching Supernatural. I finished that shit last year. Jackie's watching it a second time now. That's her background.
Damn it, I was trying to give
me.
myself.
It's me and
Law,
Jesse that are
jump in
watching
here.
Supernatural now.
Yeah, Jesse and Seabass are watching it now.
Defend Teen Wolf.
So I've been trying to get Tone to watch for far longer than you have. Trust me.
Okay.
And then when he was just like, nah, I was like, all right, fine. Then you were like, that's gonna be your second show. They can't argue it, so let it be that. Listen,
Well, I appreciate
they do
Tony
not have
making
to
the
like.
time and doing
We
the attempt.
as a
It is
collective,
not bad.
we four do not have to always agree on
don't.
the same content. As we've,
I'm actually going to go
constantly
back and
realized.
watch though because it's been so long. I
watch
do want to go
fucking
back
Supernatural,
and watch.
man. Just watch it. I don't understand
Yes.
why
So,
you're
that's like
so
18
fucking good.
seasons.
It's
just-
so
it's so
good.
good.
That's a commitment. That's
It's-
like watching
it's
1,000
filler.
episodes of One Piece.
It's
It's-
filler
the only
progresses
reason
the
why I
show.
would not do Supernatural
And
is
I
because
plan
have
on watching
way
One
too many other
Piece.
shows that I'm watching and
Watch Supernatural before you
Wait,
watch
what
One Piece.
happened? What happened, Law?
So because the only reason really why I'm not watching Supernatural and I'm just probably never going to get around to it is because there's a constant like update of new shows, new video
Right.
games, new books that I'm
I'm
reading.
with
Like
Law.
I'm always consuming
I'm
new
with
content.
I'm with Law. We play more video games than you guys, and I barely play enough.
Like Tone, I just recommended the Harley Quinn like podcast series to you. Like
I'm on.
Wait, there's a Harley Quinn podcast?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, that Batman one was fucking amazing. Just so you know.
Yeah.
Send me the Harley Quinn one.
Actually, you know Lance from that. He was Bruce Wayne's dad. He was Thomas Wayne.
Dad. I'm just saying,
yes.
you watch an episode here or there, Supernatural, you'll eventually get through it. I'm not telling you to binge it
No,
and
I'm
we
not
talk
saying-
about it. I'm just
Okay,
saying.
all right. You know what? I'll restart Supernatural.
No, you
because
need to
you're
restart it.
sacrifice. I have to because it's been so long. It's been a long time. So for me to give context, I have to rebuild. My memory isn't that great. So with that said, I'll go back.
Yes.
Because you're taking the time.
You go,
and
yes.
Putting
highly recommend. It is very well done.
The one with Christina Ricci.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not the same studio as the ones who did Batman. Nope. I believe it's like a different.
Is it on Spotify also?
It is on Spotify, but I don't think it's like the same writers and like the whole team. Like, from what I can tell, like it's their own thing. Whoever this team is. Like, hold on. Let me see if I can actually get that. You guys continue. Also, give final while you guys are like sitting there quietly. Give final thoughts on Vox so we can keep. Wrap this up in a nice little bow.
Because I need to see what this is. Because I
like
spent the time.
I'll continue watching it. I want. We all want Vecna. Let's just get there. Season 3 was renewed.
What do you mean, Vecna?
You'll learn about that. The whispered one. So the entity that Lady Briarwood talked to in the temple.
Okay, who's now a ball sitting in that place, right?
More or less. He's a whole to do. He's a whole
arc.
Whole arc.
Season 4.
Is he Vecna?
No.
Yeah, we're getting. You think they're not going to finish Chroma this season? You think it's going to be 2 seasons of Chroma?
I think it's going to have to be.
Have they killed one yet at this point?
Quick question. Harley Quinn and the Joker Mind, is that what it's called?
Yeah, yes. Harley Quinn and Joker Sound Mind, yeah.
So they have in the first 9 episodes, they haven't killed one dragon yet? And then in the actual play, is it one dragon at a time until Big Boy? Is how they do it?
More or less.
Okay.
Because one, there is you have to get the vestiges.
Mm-hmm.
You have to.
Oh, all of them need it.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them need it, but they're. I think everyone gets a vestige at some point, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a whole other process of. So 1, there's a whole journey to get that vestiges. 2, there's a whole journey to like figure out, their plan of attack on the dragons. But we also see Ripley, who is from Percy's background. That whole story arc has to play through at some point. And then even when you get to the final battle with Thordak, afterwards, you're now dealing with like everything leading up to like the fight with Vecna, which would
there's an arc right before that when Scanlan breaks off and
right, essentially, right. So essentially, you're gonna have to, if not, unless they cut out a lot, I would highly doubt that they're not gonna go for at least 5 seasons. There's no way you can do. It's 115 episodes and well over 400 plus hours of like content. So to do that in a couple of seasons, nah. I think, because honestly, I think it would do a disservice for you guys to not see a lot of the stuff that takes place when they do get these vestiges, when all these minor but bigger interactions happen later on. It just, you know, you guys are in for a treat. That I promise.
I'm excited. I'm loving the show so far. So looking forward to what comes with the rest of this season. And hopefully we get a next season very, 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 very soon. Because I do not want to wait.
Probably 2024.
Fuck.
Because they came out around the same time this time last year.
Yeah. Right. I just need.
And they're working on Vox Machina. They're working on Vox Machina and Mighty 9. So they're going to be doing a bunch of stuff. So they're probably going to do it staggered, where it's like the next season of Vox Machina drops, and then they're probably going to do season 1 of Mighty 9, because I doubt that they're going to do it where they finish off Vox Machina and then just go into Mighty 9. There's no way they're going to do season 3 done. Ain't no way. Ain't no possible way.
I hope they take it straight through, and I'm looking for, and they don't half-ass it. Don't get towards the end and they half-ass it. I don't want to get to that point. So loving it, and I think everybody should watch. I've been recommending it to some of my coworkers. I'm like, you guys have to watch this so we can talk about it, because I like it.
I too will just say Scanlan, hands, Scanlan's the man. There you go.
I love this. The hands, like him fighting. Never mind. It was just
Scanlan hands.
I think I need a medically induced coma until the storyline is completed to reduce the suspense of waiting.
I agree.
That's valid. That's valid.
And when you get that medically induced coma, share that with me, please.
Alex, I feel bad for you guys that you have to wait, because I'm over here like at the brim, just like,
yeah. I mean, if you really think about it, you technically don't have to wait if you go listen to the podcast, like Law did so many times.
But the same argument we tell people to fucking read manga.
But
read
no,
comics.
I would say with the minor changes, like it is an adaptation, so they're making changes and liberties that are going to work better. If you're gonna watch the show through, and then if you really, really want to go back and listen to like the actual play, then you go back and do that.
Scanlan hands. All right, but that's been another great episode of Nerds of the Rounds, guys. We will not be here next week.
That was the quickest out. Like
that was,
bro. We about to hit the 2-hour mark.
I know, but like, be like, all right, and that wraps up final thoughts. And
I mean, if you really think about it, we all love the show. We love the show more than Chainsaw Man. This show beat Chainsaw Man.
Absolutely.
Beat it bad. Then we had an argument that Doctor Strange is the best wizard in the wizarding world.
No, we didn't. That was not an argument.
We did. We did. Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
400 hours is 3 months of full-time job, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Yeah.
The first few months of the pandemic, I binged through season 2, and then the next few months I did season 1.
So anyway, yeah, we agreed that Doctor Strange. We all agreed wholeheartedly that Doctor Strange would win. But no, I mean, Vox Machina, we had our final thoughts. We all love the show. We can't wait to see more. I know that Val and Law are ahead of me, so don't worry. We will catch up to you guys. And yeah, so when we come back, what are we hitting up? Val, when we come back,
next week. No, next week we're out. Following week, Last of Us. We're doing 3 episodes. Is it 3 episodes of Last of Us? Because we have to talk this week's, next week's, and 2 episodes of Last of Us.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I don't know how to add. We're also talking.
No, we'll have
Yeah, that's
three.
it. Just it.
We'll have 3 episodes of Last of Us.
We'll have 3 episodes. 1, 2. So we have last week's episode, this week's episodes, and that week episode.
Yes.
And when are we doing that, man? When does that come
right
out?
after that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's true. Ant-Man. So yeah.
Fuck. Okay, wait a minute.
Because we can't do Ant-Man.
Oh, next week is Ant-Man.
Right.
We're talking Ant-Man on the 21st. We'll incorporate half of Last of Us and Ant-Man. Well, it'll be a dual episode.
3
That way we're
episodes of
Which-
Last of Us to cover?
Yep.
Which,
Yup,
by the
we got
way,
this.
the critic reviews are in of Jonathan Major's portrayal of Kang, and they said
I don't want to know. I don't want to know
they,
nothing.
they've
I don't
given
care
him-
about the critics. Stop it, Pong!
Pong's. I could picture Pong saying that with that stale bag of popcorn, munching on it while he's typing that. We love you, Pong. Yeah, no. So that's one of the major things that critics have said is that they love his performance. So
I don't want to know anything about critics' reviews. I'm going to watch it. That's all.
but yeah, that's it. So next
All right.
week there will be no nerds. You guys
No nerds
enjoy
next
your
week.
Valentine's
Enjoy your
Day.
Valentine's.
Be with that loved one, that special somebody.
or yourself.
All by myself.
No. Chill. We're not doing that. We're enjoying ourselves.
The world.
Seabass, do the outro.
This has been Seabass.
Your boy Law.
Your boy Tom from across the hall.
And last but not least, Vmac. As you guys know, see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy your holiday.
Easy, guys.
Please, chicken, noodle, soup, 1.
Please don't mind Seabass. He doesn't know where he's going. Have a drink on me. Enjoy Valentine's. We'll see you in 2 weeks.